Hey gang, I want to share with you some simple, easy stretches. Now, we really like to talk about restorative movements, and these are some restorative movements. And the first one, we're going to make this simple, but I do this every single day. So I still have 3 screws in my knee, and this was a hard thing for me back in the day. And again, I'm using the pad because this floor is hard. But all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to work on my wrists. And as we age, we lose mobility, flexibility, especially in the extremities. So if you have problems with your wrist, you don't have to make this. I just sit back a little bit more, put my hands a little farther out in front. There's not a lot of pressure in the wrist, but I'm spreading the fingers apart. And then as I get more comfortable, I'm putting more pressure here, and we have that greater extension in that wrist. Now, this is great for your elbow and especially your shoulders. And all I do is I rock back and forth. You could be watching TV at home. You could do this in the morning. And basically, it's about 30 seconds to a minute, and then I just rotate it around like a clock. So again, my goal is to try to keep my arms completely straight and rotate that around. So again, really simple, easy thing. And then in the back side, I'm working my ankles and trying to get my ankles flat. So again, I just go back and forth. I go here, back to here. And then also, if you want to put a foam roller here to create a little less pressure there, you can put a foam roller right under here. And then I just turn my toes underneath. And so now I'm working my ankles and I'm working my toes. So again, as we age, we lose that. Now, here's some really simple stretches. People have back issues, hamstring issues. The first one is called a child's pose. And I got these blocks here, and they're very inexpensive, and I like this pad. But I'm going to get my knees nice and wide, and I do this almost every day. And the blocks just add a little bit more range of motion. So all I do is I sit back, and I try to take my chest closer to the floor, and I'm really paying attention to my breath. And then from there, once I've done that a little bit, I walk my blocks over to the side. So I'm going to my left with my blocks, and I'm sinking into my right. Now, this is called the Quadratus Lumborum. This is a muscle area that gets super tight when we sit, play too much golf, pick a ball, doesn't really matter, but it just gets tight, and I'm really stretching that out. And then I come back to center, and I move over to the other side. So really simple. Very safe. You got back issues, shoulder issues. Again, this works all these muscles right here. All right, so from here, I'm going to move into an up dog, down dog with the blocks so I create a little bit more range of motion. And so all I'm going to do right now on the blocks, I'm going to go up, and you can see my ankles, my feet, my heels are getting closer to the floor. And I can't do this without the blocks. So again, I just go back and forth, and again, I can try to engage the hamstrings here or the calves, and then I keep that pad right there into a very easy, safe up dog. So again, this is working my hip flexors, it's working my spine, I'm working my arms, and again, I go back up. So this sequence is something I do almost every single day, working my calves, my hamstrings, my core, create that extension. And then the last one is a hurdler stretch. Now, great for your hip flexors. And again, if you're just starting with this, get comfortable with this. But the goal here, I'm going to try to get my back leg pretty straight. So when this leg is relatively straight, that hip flexor is stretching. And again, I can use these blocks, or I don't have to use the blocks, but I want to use them just to show you. And I'm going to get more range here. My chest is nice and tall. I can feel that stretching out. It just feels awesome in my back. And then from there, I take the blocks and I put them vertically, and now I come up and hit my hamstring. Again, still keeping that chest nice and tall, rocking back and forth. And again, as I get more comfortable here, I'm going to wiggle, and I'm going to try to get more range. So again, you can see right now I'm getting more and more range, and this just takes practice, and then I take the blocks back up again. So again, simple. Child's pose, up and down dog, and this hurdler stretch covers lots of ground, feels amazing, and again, it helps people to perform better, feel better, and as we all talk about, remember, you have the power to feel your best. We'll see you next time.